In the previous episode of the Metroplus show, we visited Rama Suresh's art school for the differently abled kids. This time, Nirupama Beliappa takes us to a renowned artist Vrindavan Solanki's art exhibition, My People.
A splash of color, a burst of divine light, rural mundane scenes glorified on canvas. My People, the new works of renowned artist Vrindavan Solanki, is currently on exhibit at the Prakriti Art Gallery on Greenways Road. These paintings celebrate a departure from the Gujarati-born artist's earlier works, with their fresh bursts of color intermingled with Solanki's characteristic use of rustic, earthy tones.
My new work is just I shifted to black and white, to brown, and then latest one I start to use the colors, and those colors which I tried to capture, which I highly inspired by the colors of my native people's clothes, body, and the surrounding of them, because those are native colors, and that kind of impression I highly got within me, and that I wanted to paint on my canvas.
What's interesting about this artist's creations is the intense human emotions they are able to convey without depicting facial expressions. Tender hand gestures denote serene, all-encompassing love, whether between man and woman or mother and child. Gentle, rounded curves denote subtle hints of female sexuality. The blank faces of his subjects emphasize the hidden messages one can find in body language.
We know the artists express with several subjects like landscape, like still life, but I it came within me because of my surrounding, the people, and the human being. That human being is always this way or that way is expressing, and particularly what I love my subject, and they have so much innocence expression, and in the latest work, or always you can see so much expression without putting any detail on the face. Because if you see some lines, I give it a little bit lines, and one can feel, look, this figure, this girl or woman looking at somewhere, this man is looking somewhere, or they are looking to each other. So that's a very much subtle, or it takes so much discipline when you are putting the line on the canvas, and that discipline I like.
For the artist, observation is part of his creative process. Never are his hands idle, but instead are eternally sketching the world around him, capturing on sheets of pristine white paper everyday scenes from the beautifully not so pristine streets of India.
So whatever I see surrounding around me, or wherever I go, I always inspired by them. I always observe them, and I feel it's a part of my observation, part of my creation. So wherever I go, wherever I see, whether I see sunlight, whether I see night, or whether I see the people on the roadside, so that's my food for brain and heart, and it comes through my eyes.
A painter who since the tender age of 10 was convinced of his own destiny, a man who has called his diplomas and degrees bits of paper, an artist who paints for pure passion, celebrating his roots, constantly inspired by his surroundings.
approach the canvas is a very difficult task or very difficult movement. When I put the canvas in front of me, blank canvas, then the canvas speaks to me something. You do something over here, do something on me, and I call my people within me and let them talk within me, and then certain time comes and it's come through my hands and by heart and by mind. Whatever I paint nowadays or from the very beginning is a message of my country. So I'm happy that I'm able to express myself through my land, through my people.
Vrindavan Solanki was born in Junagadh in Gujarat. With many awards to his name, he has exhibited his paintings widely, both in India and overseas. While you admire the beauty that Solanki displays on his canvas, let me come back in a short while. Coming up on the other side, lights, camera, fame.